Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Nameless, and we are starting Red's route today. So this is sort of the last route, because obviously there's like a chapter or bit of a story, maybe a couple, after Red's route for the Nameless doll, who I'm assuming is the one we forgot, and could be the crazy pants that's ripping out all of our journal pages. I don't really know. But it's a secret plan. There's no choices or anything. I don't know how many chapters it is or anything. It doesn't say anything in the guide aside from it's a secret path. But yeah, so we have 10 album pictures, 5 bad endings. So it doesn't say anything about the bad endings being extremely violent or anything. So I don't know. So I guess we have to start a new game, technically, because, yeah. Here we go. Ready? Can you hear the music? Bling. Red. All right, here we go. Forgotten Toys Room. There are no choices in this one. A diary is a bowl that holds your memories. If you write in your diary, all you have to do is flip through the pages to recall lost memories. When the day comes where I have to leave you behind, you'll always be able to meet me by opening the diary. Oh, Grandpa, that's so sad. Grandpa, you're leaving me behind? No, don't say that. All right. But it's still good to keep a diary. You can even write what you want to say to your mom and dad. Your parents will read that diary when they come home. I'll write in my diary every day, just like you said. I want to be with you forever, and I have a lot of things I want to say to Mom and Dad. I'll write as best I can, Grandpa. Good girl. Hey, do you see this? This is called a diary. I'm going to write everything I did with you today. Then we'll always remember how much fun we had today. Even if I forget you later, I can remember you after reading my diary. And Mom and Dad can read it too when they come. We were telling our other friend, the doll, that we forgot about. But if you're ripping the pages out, we'll never remember you. That's not nice. But when do you think they'll come? Huh, you miss Mom and Dad? Me too. I should write down that I miss Mom and Dad. I'm going to write everything in my diary so that they can read it when they come home. That's right. That's what she said. She told me a diary's a bowl that holds all the memories. Oh, God. I want to see her diary. Oh, hi! Is this the doll that we forgot? Why is he wearing an outfit very similar to Lance's? He's pretty. Is he the doll that we forgot? Wow. Oh, no, that's the wizard. Or is this the wizard? I don't know. What you're saying is pretty interesting. All of her memories are in that diary. Aren't you interested? You feed off memories in turn for granting wishes. I think this is the wizard. Oh, that's unfortunate. Can we date the wizard? He's kind of cute. To be honest, I'm kind of sick of elongating my life by eating memories these days. But that diary is indeed interesting. It'd be best to acquire it. When my magic runs out someday, I might be able to avoid death through that diary. Whatever. I just want that diary. Since there's nothing I can do until I leave this place. If I peek into her diary, I won't be so bored here. It's creepy because, like, the rabbits look like aliens and these dolls are all broken and shit. But if this is our storage unit, I'm just really confused about this. And what is your wish? You've not yet directly stated your wish to me. The fact that you can see me is proof that you have a desperate wish. Is your wish leaving this room? No, my wish is to not leave this room. The thing I wish for more is to see her again. The owner of the diary. If that happens, it doesn't matter whether I stay here or not. I just have to see her again. That's so sad. This is a toy we forgot. And it's crazy. It's lost its fucking mind. Oh, we're no better than the people who abused Yin-Ho and T. Oh! You're fine with staying here? How unexpected. You're pretty bold for a toy. Isn't this the room all toys fear the most? Since they have no choice but to wait for their owner's voices in this darkness. So I'm assuming that this is like a weird, almost like a rabbit hole. So these are forgotten toys. These are other people's forgotten toys too. Like he is packed away somewhere in our storage unit. When we pull him out, he'll be pulled from this magical place. Interesting. Isn't there only despair in this place? All dreams of happiness a toy has when it's first made are completely ignored. But you say you don't care whether you leave or not. I wonder how much this place has affected you. Ha ha ha. It's been over 10 years since I started living in this room. I have forgotten the sadness a long time ago. In the meanwhile, several toys opened that door and left. I know where the only two ways to leave. I know there to be only two ways to leave this room. Is that correct? Yes. One is to forget the owner, and the second is for the owner to recall your name. Forget the name. Yes, see? That's why we had to put. Ha ha. To put it simply, your wish is not to leave this room, but to meet her. Yes, that's correct. She probably won't remember my name. She would have forgotten all about me. Even if I meet her, I can't leave this room. But it's still fine. If I can just see her, everything will become okay the moment I see her. This dark cloud that lurks inside of me, it'll be fine once I get to see her. So it doesn't matter if she doesn't remember my name. She just has to fall into my hands. Her in my hands. Not sure if he loves us or is wanting to kill us. I see. Doesn't matter that she doesn't remember your name. You are indeed an odd toy. But I have one question. Can I ask you? What is it? Do you know why you were abandoned? That is, of course, because my owner changed. She's not the person I used to know. You cannot tell by looking at the toys that came here. The more the owner grows up, the more likely we are to be abandoned. All the kids who came here said the same thing, that the owners try to shed off their younger selves as they get older. They said that they became more interested in being with other humans instead of playing with us. It will be similar for her. A lot of toys gave up meeting their owners again and left this place. They all forgot their owners, left this place, and went into the dumpster or a box in the closet. But I'll wait for her here. I can wait as long as it'll take to meet her again. I want to meet her any way I can, Wizard. If it's possible, you can take anything you want, including my memories. Can I ask the reason? The reason for what? The reason you're so desperate to see her again. Even if you meet her, you'll have to stay in this place if she doesn't call you by your name. I don't know what good you can get out from this. Why? She took me on the merry-go-round. The merry-go-round. Yes, but first, do you see these? She's the one who gave me all these scars on my body. But the scars are not important. That makes so horrible. I'm assuming it's probably because like they're not actual like the Yinho scars. I'm hoping it's really just the scars from like when a toy is well loved and played with, it gets damaged and paint chipped and scratched because you play with it so much. I'm really fucking hoping that's why we're not a sadistic bitch like that other girl. What's important is the face she always made when she gave me one. The way she got all teary-eyed is still fresh in my mind. All of the things she said and did to me, I remember all of it. I can't get those memories out of my head. Just look at me, living in that tangled web of memories. I remember the first time I met her. Her grandfather gave me to her and asked of me not to make her lonely. We made so many memories together. Too many damn memories. 10 years have passed, and yet these memories inside my head play in a loop that never end. Isn't it disgusting? That's how I've survived until now. Are you okay with sacrificing those precious memories? Then your memories will not be complete even when you meet her. It doesn't matter. I'm now sick of doing nothing and waiting. Of course, it might be more fun to meet her with all of my memories intact. There are a lot of games I want to play with her. For example, I take her on the merry-go-round and never let the ride stop, so she can have fun forever, all throughout the day, throughout the month, or throughout her life. This is crossing into scary territory. And yes, She loved pretending to have tea parties. I'm going to make a cup of tea in front of her. I'll open a pretty tea party and force the plastic food toys she used to play with me into her mouth. Oh, yeah, okay. You know what? Take his memories, because he cray-cray. And it might even be fun to spill the boiling tea on her lap. Her mother used to say that the stains will come off when she washes it. All right. Come to think of it, I haven't seen much of her mother. And she used to like puppies, too. That useless furball used to live next door. Does she know how it feels to have your face torn off by that thing? I want her to know. I want her to know how I remember the times I spent with her in the past. This sounds deranged. Like, it scares me because if you think about it, like, you play with your toys and shit happens and you feel bad. Like, oh no, I dropped my toy, or like, I scratched up. But he's literally lost his motherfucking mind. Like, I want her to know what it feels like to have a dog rip your face off. You say that like she did it on purpose. Like, here, dog, play with my doll and tear it apart. It was an accident. And, like, I'm sure she felt bad about it, but it's scary that he's like, I don't necessarily think that he's being like, I want to see her face ripped off. It's more like, I want her to play the way she used to play with me. And doesn't realize that, oh, you're crazy. Okay. I don't think he's evil. I just think he's literally lost his motherfucking mind, and this scares me a lot. Now she'll become my doll. She was never careful with me, but she was nice, like a friend. If I see her again, we might become friends again. But you'll take my memories anyway, right? Since that's what you need to grant my wish. That's correct. I'm a wizard that grants wishes in return for memories. But looking into your memories, I'm actually a bit disturbed. Disturbed? You have emotions that are similar to mine. It's said that people never really like others who resemble them. That's none of my business. I just need my wish to come true. Why are they all so fucked? Lance, can we just go back to Lance? Because he was normal. All these other dolls are fucked up. Yuri's fairly normal compared to the rest of these, but if it's like this, I don't want to eat your memories. My mind is also full of endless longing and obsession. Are you waiting for someone too? Well, I can't say, but I have been participating in a very fun game these days. So, you won't grant my wish? That won't do as well. As long as you have a desperate wish, you'll be able to see me. As long as you can see me, I'll have no choice but to watch how obsessive you are. That itself will trouble me. It's as if I'm seeing a mirror. If it's that disturbing, you can just take my memories and grant my wish. I told you that I do not want your memories. What are you suggesting? Are you making fun of me or what? Haha! That's not it. Nothing good will come out of provoking you. Don't worry, I have a plan. I briefly looked around the house of the girl you wish to see so much. It was pretty interesting. You can see her house? That's nothing for me. I can even peek into people's hearts. You're a pervert. How funny for you to call me that. Anyways, there are pretty interesting things in her house. She's been collecting dolls that resemble humans. What? There are dolls like that? Oh god, is it like a giant rabbit or something? Yes, I've seen them. There were more than a couple, so I assume she's collecting them. Maybe it's because she lives in a large house by herself. But I noticed something peculiar about those dolls. They were fascinating, so I studied them. And there were pieces in the dolls. Pieces? What pieces? Pieces that imitate the human mind. Normal people cannot see those pieces. But I can see them. And the pieces all had their own distinct color. Isn't that fascinating? It was as if she only collected the dolls with those pieces. Of course, it must have been a coincidence. Why are there things like that in her dolls? Well, I do not know. Maybe she was attracted to those pieces and ended up getting them. Fine. I understand that there are things like that in her dolls. So what? That has nothing to do with me. Of course it does have something to do with you. If she, your heroine, acquires all those pieces, then you will be able to see her. What? You're serious? Of course. How? How? All the pieces in the dolls have different names. Although they are merely imitations of the human mind, they exist in the dolls untouched, so they are incredibly pure. It's almost like the pure form of a wish. The doll called Lance is very lost concerning his own identity. The piece inside of him is self-worth, respect for myself. The doll called Yinho can't overcome that he was once abandoned and constantly lives in fear of being abandoned again. That piece is called faith in others, believing in others. The doll called Yuri is liked by everyone, but feels empty and lonely. That piece is called true love, a genuine form of love. The doll T wears a mask to hide his obsessiveness. He's afraid of taking off that mask. That piece is honesty, being true. And lastly, the doll Red cannot stand his worth and presence fading away. That piece is called pure identity, the special self. As I've told you, these 5 pieces emit pure light. They are like the minds of children. Do you understand? The minds of children before they throw away their dolls. So if she acquires all those pieces, she will change again. Change? Isn't that what you just said? The reason she can't remember you is because she's changed? If she finds all those pieces, she will turn back to her younger self when she was still with you. Oh, so maybe that's the secret chapter. We end up being a kid again? And when that happens, she'll be able to come and see you. She will remember you. I see. Then I'll get to see her the way I remember her? Well, I cannot guarantee that she'll be the exact person you remember, but if she collects all the pieces, then she will at least come and see you. Oh, right. Yes. Then how can she acquire those pieces? You know the way, right? There's only one way to acquire the pieces. She has to earn the hearts of the dolls. Earn their hearts? Yes, those pieces are, in the end, the dolls' hearts. If she earns their hearts, she will earn the pieces. But how can she earn their hearts? Well, usually to earn someone's heart means to fall in love. So she has to love the dolls. Love? Oh, I know what that is. She said she loves her grandfather. It's what people feel when they cherish each other and want to stay together forever. But love requires mutual feelings, like her and her grandfather. But dolls can't talk or move in that world. So how can she love? Then we can make the dolls talk and move. This explains everything. Is that possible, wizard? Huh? Is it possible for those dolls to move? It is possible. I am indeed the wizard. Then do that. Make them move, please. My wish will come true when she collects all the pieces and comes to meet me. But what will I earn? What do you want? I'll give you anything I can. Take my memories. Oh, you said you don't want my memories. Complicated. This is what we'll do. This time I won't ask for a cost. It will be fun just to watch you like this. It's not common to find someone in a similar situation as I am. I am interested in your situation. Besides, even if all goes for the worst, there will be something I can take. That diary. Haha. Diary? You said you want to see the diary, correct? Yes. I cannot give the diary to you, but I can show you. We'll know what she does by reading her diary. She's a very persistent writer. Thanks to that, we won't get bored. This will be fun for me, too. A diary is a bowl that holds your memories. That's what she believes. If you switch the contents in her diary, her memories will change as well. But that will still be dangerous for you. So refrain from doing that as much as you can. As much as I can, so I can change some. The diary will be the only link between this world and her world. Through the diary, we'll blow out this feather. What's that? The feather of dreams, should I say? With this feather, you can leave this place to come to life as well. This is what those dolls need to move and talk. I will put this in the pieces inside the dolls and make them come to life. Now, this feather has left my hands. And that's why they came to life. Well, now we know. Interesting. That's creepy as fuck. Okay. So, just slightly disturbing. Okay. I think I just heard something. Huh? Was that a feather? I couldn't believe my eyes. A couple of luminous feathers were floating in the air, and the place the feathers were coming from was my diary. Yeah, hold on. My ear itches underneath my freaking headset. Sorry. Is it morning? I felt the light falling over me and opened my eyes. I couldn't feel the cold morning air. Instead, something warm was curled up beside me. Who? Ah! Someone was talking in his sleep, and the person who rustled and turned around was Red? I suddenly came to my senses and widened my eyes. The familiar face with red hair was snoring right in front of me. He's drooling. Red? Heroin? I was lost for words as he read sleeping innocently on my bed. I was dumbfounded and just stared at him without even getting up. He was so close to me, our noses almost touched. My heart was pounding, but Red just kept sleeping peacefully. I'll be... Oh, that's him. I'll be good to you. Good to me? Yeah, right. Don't worry. I'll do everything. Not there. Not there. Heroin. Red moaned in his sleep. What is he talking about? The heroin? Is he dreaming about me? I couldn't help but get red at his strange voice. I should wake him up before it gets any weirder. Red, get up! I shook him slightly, but Red didn't respond at all. He was still moaning and glued to my bed. I didn't even know why he's sleeping in my bed. I shook him harder and he started to move. Is he finally waking up? If you keep, then there, I can't stand this anymore. Will he wake up if I strangle him? I was suddenly caught in a dangerous impulse. At that moment, I heard the door open. I was startled and turned around. I was more startled since I was just about to do something dangerous. Oh, T! No one was coming out, so I came. Then Red must have come to wake me up. He stared at Red, who was sleeping in my bed like a baby. Then he glanced at my embarrassed face. Oh, no. What's he doing? As the commander, I'll have to punish him. T marched to where Red was sleeping, and... Ow! Without a moment of hesitation, T pinched Red's ear and pulled him up. His ear was as red as his hair. Sorry. Did that hurt? Ow, Commander! What's going on? Red stood up abruptly. Of course, violence was the answer. Red was jumping up and down, but T seemed relaxed and didn't let go of his ear. It's your punishment for sleeping in her bed when you went to wake her up. Ow! I get it, so please let go! After Red pleaded, T finally let go of his ear. He really looked like a monkey the way only one of his ears was red. I made sure he didn't catch my smirk. Now, since both of you are awake, hurry out to the living room. Breakfast is all ready, T said while pointing towards the open door. Red rubbed his red ear and smiled embarrassingly at me. Heron, sorry. You were sleeping like a baby, so I was just watching you sleep. But I ended up getting sleepy too. But how can you just lie down beside me and sleep? I nearly fainted when I saw you. That's because your bed smelled really good, Red said while scratching his cheek. Now, if both of you don't want to be late for school, hurry out. Okay, Heroin, sorry for startling you. Surprisingly, Red just apologized and went out to the living room, as T said. Oh, right. As soon as he left the room, I remembered what Red mumbled in his sleep. What was he dreaming about? I still remember T saying we'll be late for school. I made my bed in a hurry and left the room. Huh? As soon as I sat down at the breakfast table, I felt dizzy. So I was holding onto my head for a moment when I suddenly felt my head going vacant. I just sat still and spaced out. I feel like something's disappeared, as if I just lost something. Even I was flustered at how vacant I felt. What is this feeling? Master, is something wrong? The first person to worry from my blank face was Yinho. Yes, this cute boy always worries for me is called Yinho. My honey, why are you suddenly spacing out? Is it because my kiss didn't wake you up this morning? The person who jokes around and hits on me all the time is Yuri. Please, this is a favor. Please do not say that at the dining table. I do not want to spit out what I just swallowed. The cold boy with silver hair is Lance. And it's T who made breakfast. And it's Red who woke up beside me in my bed. These 5 boys are all... something wrong. Even Lance seemed worried. I feel like I'm about to remember something. I think I had a weird dream last night. I feel a bit blank. What dream? I can interpret it for you. Wait, Yellow, you know how to do that? But I don't remember very well. All that remains is a strange feeling of deja vu. Did something like this happen before? But I couldn't come up with a clear answer even for this question. I might have just been too tired yesterday. Huh? Yesterday? What did I do yesterday? I suddenly came back to my senses. Something was definitely strange. I don't even remember what I did yesterday. Story of my life. Are you okay? Red asked, looking worried. Is it because I surprised you in the morning? Red hesitated, unlike himself. After seeing his apologetic face, I shook my head. It's nothing like that. I just don't feel very good today. But Red still looked sullen. What happened? Come to think of it, that monkey went into Darling's room and didn't come out for a long time. I'd prefer not to talk about that. You went into a woman's room and didn't come out for a while? What did you do? No, never mind. Don't answer. Pains me to even imagine what could have happened. Red, did something happen? That's... Now, stop talking about that. Everyone okay with being late? T took away the plates and said relaxed. Lance was still giving Red a reproachful look. Oh, being late is bad. The exams are coming up. I have to focus really hard to try to understand the class. We're already at the exams are coming up? Dude. Well, okay, that doesn't happen till the end again. So we still have like a ton of chapters, but it worries me when he's like, the exams are coming up. Holy shit! Where are we in the story? Of course, math is still really hard for me. The exams are coming up? The exams? Wait, I'm confused again. So today is... What's the date today? And when are the exams? Yeah, the exams are next week. Thanks to that, the annoying class president girl is getting louder by the day. The annoying class president girl must be... Arrgh! The nightmare is coming soon! Oh, Soy. Right, Soy said something like that. Now I remember. Right, Soy said that. Do you feel okay now? Huh? You seem to continue spacing out. Oh. Lance still looks cold, but I felt his worry. Yinho immediately added, Master, are you really okay? If you don't feel so well, you should just stay home. No, I'm fine. Sorry for worrying you. I cut Yinho's words and said I'm fine. I'm really thankful that they care about me, but I don't want to stay home. I don't want to be left alone in this huge house. Besides, if I don't go out, I'll just feel more iffy. I should get some fresh air and see my friends. Then, should we talk about something more fun? Since we're talking about exams, you know something fantastic is coming up right after. Something fantastic? Yinho seemed to get excited just at the thought and blushed while saying, The festival! Master, what are you doing for the festival? Me? I recall that you do not have any role in the festival since you are not in any club. I think so. Festival. Right. Soy said this. Our Academy Festival is already famous, but now since the Hot 5 is here, it'll get way more crowded this time. Right. Soy wailed, saying there were too many things she had to do. After this entered my mind, one memory led to another, and soon I remembered more. Come to think of it, I do think Yinho mentioned that he'll be reading tarot cards. I was thinking about Lance now when I saw his 2 blue eyes staring at me. I flinched at the piercing glare. But unlike the sharp eyes that were staring at me, I heard a worried voice. Are you really fine? Huh? What do you mean? Lance stared into my eyes. I pretended to be fine and didn't avoid his gaze. Thankfully, Yinho cut in just in time. Oh, anyway, I'll be reading tarot cards. I'll be predicting the future, giving insight to the present. Of course, I'm not that good yet, and I'm still learning, but I'm already really excited. Hee. Yinho seemed really happy the way he blushed. I couldn't help but smile to see that. I should make sure to go to his booth. Yellow's doing something interesting. Of course, I, as well, am preparing for something great. What is it? Sparkled his eyes with curiosity. Red straightened his shoulder proudly. I think he was waiting for someone to ask. I'm going on stage. The drama club president asked me to act in a great play. Which is a play about a heroine and a warrior of justice. It's about a normal warrior getting special powers and defeating all kinds of villains. Isn't it so cool? Red's eyes were beaming with excitement. It will be a noisy play. Especially if you are planning to act in it. Lance, who was listening quietly, hit a sour note. He looked as if he already couldn't stand how annoying it will be. But Red didn't stay put as well. Of course the play's noisy. If it's quiet, the whole audience will doze off. And the play this year will be much better than last year's, although I haven't seen the one from last year. But I heard they hired a new writer this time. However, I didn't read the script for last year's. How comfortable it must be to be dumb. Anyways, the festival committee will check the script, so I'll make sure to examine it myself. You're trying to abuse your powers for being in the committee, but it'll be fantastic, so I'm not worried. Red yelled out loud and looked at me. His overly enthusiastic eyes gave me a sense of foreboding. Sure enough, Red carefully asked, So, heroine, you're not doing anything for the festival, right? Oh, no. I purposely didn't say maybe. Well, I don't really remember, but I guess I'm not doing anything. Red brightened up as I nodded, and he suddenly grabbed my hand. I was startled and tried to let go, but he was stronger than I thought. Then you can play the heroine. What? We don't have anyone to play the heroine right now. We didn't start looking for anyone, but I read the script and you're perfect for the role. Red is trying to lure me into a play I don't know anything about. While I was hesitating, Red grew more hopeful and beamed at me. How about it? Red leaned in close. I really want you to play my opposite role. Red sounded quite serious. So, what should I say? I think we're supposed to say try it. Yeah, try it. I've never acted before, but I should try. Yes! Yes! It would be so great if you play the heroine. At my question, Red nodded eagerly and smiled. Seeing him be so happy, I feel as if I just made a huge accomplishment. I felt good seeing his smile. I could not believe that you're participating in that stupid clown show. Lance said with a sigh, Hey. You can come rescue us with a kiss and then go off and play the heroine in place of us if you don't want us kissing Red. I'm just saying. But I'm assuming that's not going to happen because, you're kind of indifferent to us. And for some reason, he looked reproachfully at Red. Red just shrugged his shoulders. Heroine, ignore him. He always sees the negative side of things. Heroine, you won't, right? Red grinned. T was the one who called Prince Sunshine, but Red's smile was just as nice. I just blankly stared at his smile, and Lance let out a sigh after noticing. And he added a piece of advice. Do not regret afterwards. He'll examine the script carefully to make sure there's nothing inappropriate for young students. Lance said coldly, Do whatever you want, jerk. You're just jealous. Now, Red. You can convince her later. We have to go now. Oh, it's already... Red looked at the clock and hurried. He shoved the rest of his food into his mouth. Lance looked at him, frowning. I felt as if at any moment now Lance would start saying Red's disgusting. Doesn't he have table manners and all the usual insults? Are you guys finished talking? How could you fight about the same things every time? Don't you ever get sick of it? Yuri, who was listening indifferently, finally added something. I smiled a bit to hear that and stood up. Yuri followed too. His voice was completely different from when he was scolding the two boys. He gave a sweet smile and asked, My honey, are you ready to head out? Oh, yeah, I just have to grab my jacket. Then get ready and come down. It'd be best if you could ditch all those nasty boys and come by yourself. Let's enjoy a drive just by ourselves. Yuri winked, blew a kiss, and headed out the front door. The way he opened the door and left felt familiar and strange at the same time. And I felt confused again. A drive? I sat back on my seat. I felt dizzy. T and Lance, who finished getting ready, came by my side. T looked toward where Yuri disappeared and shook his head. He's the one who never gets sick of it. My thoughts exactly. How can he not get sick of hitting on her with the same words all the time? Lance added. Lance and T looked at each other and nodded. While the two were forming their alliance, I was quietly in my seat. I felt confused again. A drive? Drive means we're getting in a car. Does that mean Yuri's driving? What does... I remembered how my memory of soy came back earlier. Yes, if I think about it, I'll remember again. I clutched onto my head. Every morning in a car, everyone together. Oh! Oh, the limousine. Huh? I smacked my knee and shouted. Right. We went to school in Yuri's limo every morning. I was feeling relieved to finally remember it when Yinho, who was by my side, suddenly looked worried. Master, are you okay? Huh? Yeah. You must still be sleepy. Heroin, are you that tired? Oh, it's not that. It's strange. I really don't know what's wrong with me this morning. You should tell them. I feel confused and my heart's beating fast. Am I really still sleepy? Now hurry up and remember. It's not all gone yet. I abruptly stood up from the table. I just heard something. I stood up and glanced around. But as usual, no one other than us was in the house. I suddenly got goosebumps. I felt scared and covered my ears. I definitely heard something with my own ears. What was that? Spacey, what do you mean you heard something? Oh, T asked, looking worried. The other boys must not have heard it. Did I hear wrong? I definitely heard a creepy voice. It was a voice I've heard before. Did I hear the voice in my dreams last night? Then, am I still dreaming? Everyone was looking at me with worried faces. How is it, though? So obviously, we keep forgetting things, but we've heard the voice before. And we have to get all of their hearts, right? So we're going down each path, blah, blah, blah. But if I can understand if the wizard's making us forget, and then we're like, oh, okay. And we romance a different one. Oh, because you've collected that piece. Now you can, date this one. Oh, now you've collected that piece, But how do they make the dolls forget? Or does it technically, what you're thinking, they rip out all the pages from when the dolls came to life, and then the dolls come to life, and then we start the cycle all over again, and you know what I mean? But we just don't have to technically repeat all that. It's just interesting. Amazing. Eee, the high five is here! It's been a while since we transferred here, but they're still cheering for us. Didn't really look happy. He doesn't say, but he must be pretty tired of it. I'm worried. No, but more than that, I'm worried for myself more right now. We really took the limo to school today. And as soon as the limo arrived at school, a huge crowd surrounded the vehicle. It looks as if girls surrounded the car all the time and scream at the boys. Their screams felt familiar and strange at the same time. But if I express this, the boys will start worrying for sure. I pretended to be indifferent. But when the car stopped and it was time for us to get out, I was troubled. Who gets out first? I thought for a moment. When do I have to get out to seem natural? I think we get out last, but let's see. What do we say? I get out first. Oh, interesting. So we go get out first. I'll go out. What? Heroin, there's no need. Everyone looked at me surprisingly. Huh? Is this not it? I don't know why you've changed your mind, but if you get out now, you'll get trampled and die or get jealous glares from everyone. Oh, right. I sat down again after hearing what T said. I must not have gotten out first. Heroin. Red called me. He didn't have to say more for me to know that I've already worried him. I forced out a bright smile. Sorry, I think I'm still sleepy. I'm fine. But Red and the other boys still looked worried. I shouldn't have said I'd go out first. I was in my seat, glimpsing at their expressions. Someone will go out first, right? And as I expected, Red got ready to head out. All right, Commander, let's get out first. The sophomores the scapegoats today. All right, fine. The limo door opened and the two boys stepped out. I could hear the girls screaming and cheering from outside the door. It was as if a celebrity was visiting the school. Now, I'll get out next, so the freshmen just follow me. I don't like it, but if you head out first, at least Yinho won't get trampled. We'll do that. Oh, Master, will you be fine by yourself? Oh, don't worry about me. Yinho turned around with his worried face. I stroked his hair. If they all get out from the car, the girls will follow them. Then the place will turn quiet, right? It will be fine if I get out then. I got ready to get out last. My honey, be careful, all right? Okay. I nodded at Yuri's worried words. Yuri opened the door first. Mr. Yuri! And Lance followed him after. I heard screams of pleasure as the three boys all went out. Everyone from the Hot Five got out! Ah! Let's follow them! I could see the 5 boys barely getting through the crowd, and I saw a huge wave of people following them. Thanks to that, it was quiet around here. All right, now's the time. I opened the door. I could see the school gate far from here, and if I want to get there, I'd have to get through this crowd. I should just naturally mix in with the crowd. All right. I took a deep breath and crammed myself into the shrieking girls. He's still there! Everyone was so strong. It was hard enough to cram myself in, but when I actually got in the crowd, I couldn't even walk. I was pushed around here and there and moved like that. It was like a packed bus that walks. I almost went mad because of all the screams and pushes coming at me from all directions. Move! Huh? I heard someone's voice from behind, but... Couldn't even turn around and stumbled at the strong push coming from behind. Fell to the ground with a thud. Ow! Who pushed me? The push was so sudden and hard I was still flustered. The thud must have been pretty loud since the girls around me moved a bit. I'm glad I wasn't trampled, but it's so humiliating for all of them to stare at me. I clutched onto my hurt leg. I didn't know when I should get up. Oh, I think she fell. Oh my god, she's bleeding! Ugh. My face heated up. This won't do. I'll have to limp, but I should get out of here fast. I clutched onto the ground to stand up. It was then. Are you okay? I heard a familiar voice amongst the noisy crowd. I'm assuming it's Red. Red? Red pushed everyone aside and ran towards me. How did he know that I fell? Red! It was useless to get out of the car last to avoid the glares. Everyone stopped to see Red and cheered. Your knee is bleeding. And Red seemed just as startled as I was. He looked at my bleeding knee and yelled, It's an emergency! Emergency? Get on my back. What? I said get on my back. Well, wait, I was about to awkwardly get up, but Red just forced me onto his back. My face heated up more from the embarrassment. Red checked that I was safely on his back and looked at the school building far away. Full speed to the infirmary. Hold tight. Red? Red ran full speed with me on his back. I thought he was fast when I saw him play soccer, but this is too fast. Red didn't look around and just ran straight to the building. But I couldn't. I was so bothered by the glares coming towards us. Besides, we ended up passing by T. I momentarily caught eyes with him. He widened his eyes. Red, wait! I heard T call him from behind. But I don't think Red heard. Red basically displayed my face for all the girls to see and ran into the building. This is a dream. I buried my face on his back. He didn't hesitate to open the door. School nurse! Look at her! Red caught his breath and let me down. He was completely reckless while running, but he was careful in letting me down. Red helped me to the chair, but I wasn't really comforted by his kindness because this was the infirmary. No, to be exact, because this was Mr. Eugen's infirmary. She scratched her knee! Treat it fast! Who are you? Mr. Eugen turned around to see me in Red. I could see his eyes flashing behind his glasses. Sinister eyes were headed at Red. The dark spirits surrounding Mr. Eugen almost gave me goosebumps. But Red didn't seem to care and said the same thing he already repeated 3 times before. She scratched her knee! You treat sick students, hurry up! Mr. Eugen finally looked at my knee, but he soon scoffed. That means he's not interested. Mr. Eugen turned away from us again and said indifferently, It's only a scratch. Just use anything up there to wrap it up. What? Just rub it with the white thing and put on that red thing. You can tell colors apart, I hope. After that, just put on a Band-Aid or something. Red stared at Mr. Eugen quietly. Seeing his face, I could tell he was a bit angry. I should step up before he gets in trouble with Mr. Eugen. I hurriedly reached out to where the disinfectant was. I'll just do it by myself. I endured the painful silence and dipped the cotton ball into the disinfectant. I felt very uncomfortable. I couldn't help but frown when I put the disinfectant on my scratch. Ugh, it stings. Red flinched by my side as if he felt the pain. Come to think of it, you're... Mr. Eugen, who stayed silent, suddenly opened his mouth. Does he really not remember me? I would have been embarrassed and answered first. I'm the health commissioner of Class N. Yeah, it was you. But before that, you. Mr. Eugen's glasses glared. I feel nervous. You're like a man with perfect bone structure. What? What's he saying now? Mr. Eugen peered at Red. Red frowned harder as Mr. Eugen scanned his body. You have a fantastic figure. Are you one of those transfer students? I'm a transfer student. Why are you staring at me like that? Mr. Eugen keeps staring at Red. Right, Mr. Eugen has an obsession with bones. He examined Red head to toe. Red's bone structure was definitely based on that of a doll. That wouldn't have changed even after he turned human. So it's naturally his perfect bone structure. And that is very dangerous. Because this is Mr. Eugen's infirmary. I tugged Red's sleeves. Red looked confused and looked down at me. Red, isn't it time to get ready for class? I'm done cleaning up, so let's go to the classroom. Heroin, you really okay? It was like an obedient puppy the way he came to me and helped me up. I didn't break my leg so I could walk, but Red insisted that he help me. And he whispered in my ear, how the hell does this school choose the teachers? And isn't he here to treat students? Red furtively glanced at Mr. Eugen and said in a low voice, Besides, his eyes behind those glasses aren't normal. Red didn't seem scared of Mr. Eugen, but he was definitely wary of him. I can only say it's his instincts. Red, I completely agree with you, so we should get out as soon... Oi, you two! What are you talking about? I don't like those whispers. Mr. Eugen glared at us. I laughed awkwardly and backed off. I tugged at Red, who was trying to stay there. It's nothing. We'll be going back to the classroom now. No, you redhead. I have to take a sample. No, Red is busy, so he has to go. The Korean teacher called for him. The Korean teacher? Red, let's go. I did limp a bit, but I hurriedly took Red out of the infirmary. I felt relieved to see the door close and Mr. Eugen disappear from our sight. Safe. Anyways, heroin, is your leg okay? Yeah, thanks for taking me to the infirmary. Red still looked serious while peering at my treated knee. I smiled at him, feeling thankful that he cared. But I suddenly remembered, come to think of it, just now, Red ran with me on his back in front of all those girls. I'm in big trouble. But Red didn't look worried at all, completely ignorant of what he just did. I couldn't help but sigh. Ugh, I feel too complicated right now, so I should think about that later. I feel like for some reason I'm getting simple-minded too for being with Red. Anyways, I'll go to my classroom. See you at home. All right. Call me if anything happens, all right? Okay, all right. I calmed him down and went up to the classroom. We did attract attention, but I know that Red did what he did because he's innocent. He must have been so worried there was nothing else he could think of. It's really not easy to have such a straightforward mind. Amazing. No, actually, it's more amazing that he carries out his straightforward thoughts right into action. It's probably possible because it's Red. I tried to get rid of my complicated thoughts and headed to the classroom. I'm thinking when they say complicated, most of the time they mean confused, but... I'm so hungry. Chimpy, take out that lunchbox. Quick, I've been waiting for this. A lunchbox? Chimpy rummaged in her bag, and she really took out a lunchbox. Soy's eyes sparkled. What's with the lunchbox? Soy's mom made it for us. Yeah, my mom came to visit. She reached out to the lunchbox, almost drooling. She opened the box and squealed in happiness. Sure enough, the box was packed with delicious-looking food. The only time I miss my mom's nagging is when I eat the food she cooks. She really is good at cooking. The two peered inside the lunchbox as they spoke. So you two are eating those for lunch today? You're going to the cafeteria again? Yeah, well, no choice. Good luck. Chimpy patted me on the shoulders. Ugh, what if I can't get any food? Then I'll come straight to the classroom and snatch those away. I gladly accept the challenge. That'll only be possible if there's any food left by the time you come back. Soy grinned. Ugh, I hate that sneaky grin. So I was smiling triumphantly, but suddenly looked at my knee. Anyways, how's your knee? Oh, this? I looked at the Band-Aid on my leg. I felt like the scratch didn't hurt since I couldn't see it. I worried when I heard you went to the infirmary. There's a weird teacher there. I wasn't hurt that much. There was no need to go there. Did he really treat you? I can't believe it. She looked at the band-aid on my knee as if she couldn't believe it was done there. Well, I did get it treated, regardless of who did it. So I said that she's glad and shrugged her shoulders. But then she added in a worried voice, but even if your knee is fine, people will definitely talk about what Red did. Ugh. My head's about to hurt again. So he advised me seriously. You never know, so be careful of Red's fans. They definitely have their eyes on you. And plus, he just got more fans because of what he did today. That's the problem. Even I felt butterflies in my stomach when I heard he carried an injured person on his back and ran to the infirmary. Really? I wasn't really happy about it. So I complained about how I was just whining. I mean, I guess Soy would have dealt with the situation more easily. Anyways, I'm going to the cafeteria. Good luck. Don't trip again. I said bye to the two and left the classroom in a hurry. Of course. Again. Is there any more pizza bread? This is mine. It's mine. Hey, you, let go of that. I haven't paid for it. The crowded cafeteria was a battlefield again. I think I chatted with Soy and Shinbi for too long. I should have come as soon as the bell rang. No, actually, I guess it would have been the same even if I came then. I was worried about how I'd be able to get through this crowd and get a piece of bread. Should I just skip lunch? It just weirds me out that they're like, oh, I gotta get a piece of bread for lunch. I think you should eat something out. Like, why is it always bread? Like, everyone's always, oh, here's bread. Oh my God, this person, like, what kind of fucked up academy do you go to that all you have for lunch is bread? Like, I get that. Sorry, I took a drink. I have a glass of wine. I get that, you know, different cultures have different foods, but all you eat is bread. Really? Seriously, Bird? You saw this glass and you instantly came, like, running. Like, I've never seen you run so fast. My booze Bird. He's such an alcoholic. You shouldn't drink that. Oh my God, you were so fucking excited by this. Not even funny. And I could just almost hear T nagging me not to skip my meals. It's weird. While I was hesitating between the two options, the battle was continuing. It was then. Heroin! Are you here to buy bread? I heard a familiar voice. I turned around and saw Red grinning and running towards me. Huh? Red? I peered around and made sure I wasn't too friendly with him. Red didn't really seem to care, but I did. I was especially careful because of what happened in the morning. If I look too friendly with him, others will start suspecting things again. Red stopped in front of me. Is your knee okay? Sure enough, he first asked about my knee. I nodded. Tell me if it hurts. We'll go to the hospital later. I just tripped. There's nothing to worry about. Still. Oh, right. I'll give this to you. Red rummaged in his pocket. He handed me a chocolate snack. It's chocolate-coated biscuit. It's crispy and sweet. It's really good. Oh. My stomach instantly growled since I didn't have anything to eat. This is what people call automatic reflex? I took the biscuit Red handed me. Red gave a satisfied smile to see me take it. Were you trying to get bread? I nodded. But I sighed at seeing the battlefield happening right in front of my eyes. Seeing that, Red said to me, I'll get one for you. You like curry bread? No. Was it melon bread? Also, curry bread? Melon bread? Are those real fucking things, or are these just bad freaking, like, translations again? Because this is weird. Melon bread. Curry bread. I'm so fucking curious now. Anything that's still there. I felt sorry to ask Red for a favor, but I was so hungry. I was too hungry, so I couldn't help it. It was not a time to be picky. I'll just have to fill my stomach. All right, then wait here. Red grinned, telling me to just trust him, and disappeared into the crowd. I guess I'll mooch off today. I felt thankful that Red cared for my hurt knee and the fact that I didn't eat lunch yet. He actually feels pretty reliable today. Of course, except for the fact that he carried me on his back to the infirmary when everyone was watching. Spacey? Huh? T? I was looking at where Red disappeared to when someone grabbed my shoulder. Hold on, I gotta put my glass down. I turned around and saw T. T called me, but he was looking at where Red went. He must have been watching the whole time. I saw Red talking with you and disappear into the crowd. Did he go get something? Oh, yeah, a piece of bread. I didn't eat lunch yet, so he said he'd get something for me. All right. I just came to nag him about what he did this morning. But he said he was going to play soccer. What's he doing in the cafeteria? Nag him? T looked at me. He seemed to feel troubled and sorry at the same time. The sad music. And looking at T's like sad face, and you're like, you want to hurt us, and oh. T's like, I remember when you loved me, but you don't remember that, and now you're on to Red, and we've all promised not to remind you of when you loved us and then forgot. Like they know. That would be so much more devastating. Yeah, since he might have put you in a difficult situation this morning. Oh. T was feeling sorry for what Red did this morning. I felt thankful for his kindness. But it's not like I resent Red for what he did. I know very well that he didn't do it to put me in trouble. T looked at me and tilted his head. That's... T pointed at the biscuit in my hand. Oh, Red gave this to me. He said it's really good. Another thing to nag him about. Huh? Why? T let out a sigh. He got that biscuit from a girl. It's not very good to give someone else a present that you received. Oh, a girl gave this to him as a present. After hearing that, I felt too bad to eat it. I feel like I did something wrong. T peered at my expression. It's not your fault since you didn't know. I'll just talk to Red later. Okay. How's your knee? T asked. I think this is what he wanted to ask me in the first place. Oh, it's fine. Thanks to Red. I went to the infirmary and got it treated. It's just a small scratch. Okay, all right. T nodded. That look on his face is so sad, T, God. But he still didn't look so happy. I just hope no one hurt you on purpose. I don't feel so good about it. Because only I could hurt you. What? Nothing. I was startled at what T said. I never thought that. No way. That just makes my head hurt, so I don't even want to think about it. All right, fine. Then enjoy your lunch. T looked down at my knee again, and he turned around after giving me a smile. Everyone's worrying for me. I really felt thankful for that, and now people are really going to hurt you because T was looking at you. But I do feel like they're worrying too much. I actually felt worried for T to think that he might be suspicious of innocent people. They probably all realize that you're forgetting shit. I looked up wondering if Red will take longer. I guess I can't be a saint. I saw Red coming towards me with a plastic bag in his hand. He missed T by just a few seconds. Huh? Why did you buy so much? The plastic bag Red handed me was pretty heavy. Peering inside, I saw that he bought all the kinds of bread the cafeteria has. And he even brought several drinks. Does he expect me to eat all this by myself? But first, how did he manage to get all this? It must have been so competitive. Red put the plastic bag in my hand. You're skinny. You have to eat as much as you can. Oh, but this is still too much. Let's eat together. Nah, I have to go eat with my soccer buddies. Red said while scratching his cheek. Come to think of it, T said something like that before. What? Then why did you come to the cafeteria? Oh, I should get going now. Red didn't answer my question and looked surprised after glancing at the clock. I'll go see my friends now. Oh, right. I really mean it about you playing the heroine for the play, so think again. I already told you everything in the morning, but I think the play will be fantastic if you're in it. Red grinned. My heart beat fast from his grin. When did he learn how to give such a nice smile? Then, see you later. I was still spacing out, but Red left me and ran towards the door. Oh, right. Don't run and get hurt again. How could he say that when he's the one running right now? After saying that, Red really turned around and ran off. I guess this will be my dinner, too. Even while heading back to the classroom with the heavy bag, all I could think about was Red. For some reason, I can't forget the smile he gave me earlier. Besides, why did Red bother to come to the cafeteria in the first place? The way he evaded my question, too. He must have come just to help me. No, that can't be it. Was it just because he really wants me to play the heroine? I thought the food could have been sort of bribe, but I soon shook my head. That's not it, too. Red's not smart enough to think of that. Red would never think like that. He wouldn't be able to. Red is always straightforward and honest. Although he seems a bit simple-minded because of that, it's actually pretty cute. Before I knew it, I was smiling at the thought of him. Perfect timing. All right. So I'm going to wrap this part up here. I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.